Hello and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. Our Undead Titan has finally matched up with some other Undead Titans, as well as Fallen Angels. We've got all the cool new units. We've moved into Tier 4, and we are absolutely starting to roll now. We've just recently taken Obscurum and Stellasis, which is actually one of our guys' cities. And then we're moving on the final two cities belonging to this dragon, Waypoint, and then just underneath it is their capital city, which is actually not that big. We're 3 turns up becoming undead. And we're not too far off, I think, getting the expansion victory. Truth be told, I vassalized this, and I do wonder whether or not if I had just absorbed it, taken a 4th city, would I have had enough points to get it? Maybe. We're gonna try to see if we can get the expansion victory right now. It might take another video, but baby steps. We do have our homie ally up here in his beautiful purple. Also rocking Bones and Darkness. The Oz Custodes, led by Bone Daddy. They've got a nice vibe. I do kind of wish like his land was like sheathed in shadows. I'd love more terraforming effects. You know, like we have things like the famous, but you know, I'd love to see like, I guess the Tome of Oblivion has the Fog of Insanity, which does probably add a little bit of a fog over everything. We need an Undead Dragon and a Reaper to complete the Undead Exodia. I mean, we can certainly try to get that. I think Undead Dragon is in this book with Fetid Legion and Whiteborn. I'm saying that. No, I'm not so sure. Tome of Great Transformation. Yeah, Bone Dragon Reanimation isn't here. So we have the ability to get a Bone Dragon now as well. A Reaper is going to have to wait, though, because sadly, we had other priorities. Now, he might come down here and steal this away from me. We have upgraded Claylon to a Tier 4. Shitty. I want to build a Smith's Guild here, because I think this guy is going to become my recruiting place. So I'm actually just going to do that next. Atlas is ready to keep annexing. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. I could turn that into a no. I built a farm guild here, but I could certainly set this up as a Scholars Guild and switch it over. God, we have so much money. I keep forgetting how much money we have. I am being attacked by a Marauder Guard up here, but we have an ally here to help us out. I think let's go do this. This is good free leveling. And severely in our favor. Monkey Lightbringers. No, we'll just dismiss all of those. I'd rather spend our souls on like big units. And you know, if we could, taking out that Crusader host would be great. Oh, look how cool this guy looks. He's got the new Archon armor, but then with the skull headpiece. Oh, man. I love that they added in a good, proper set of armor for the Giants, because it just looks so tight. Such a good vibe. Somebody back here. I think that's the green guy has fallen back to the vibe. To the void. Vibe, void. It's basically the same thing. Hi, Mona. I am a cat coming to visit. This guy's making his way back downtown. These guys are coming down to join in with this crowd. Now, I don't really have a full army here. I only have 2,000 points. And I am planning to push them down south to fight Draktusk? I don't know that that's a good idea. What is this dragon guarding? Nothing. Strange. I wonder where he comes from. Armor Giant just looks, I don't know, correct? Yeah, I always found it weird that there wasn't, like, better armor for them. Hi, Mo. Little visit from Mona. She's been coming seeing us a lot lately. She just wants attention. It's perfect, man. It's an intern. I'm not doing anything else. She can get some scritches. Hey, Momo. What a floofball, man. Collect the undeathly units. Also praise our Lord and Savior Mona. This is pretty much the goal. We have to make Mona a hero at some point. Because, Cinder's Skull Stomper, who's in this game, is based on my other cat, Cindy. But I've never made a character based on Mona. Cindy used to be a bit of the stream mascot, but she doesn't hang out with us anymore, and now Mona comes in all the time. And she always wants attention. So she's become the fan favorite. Have to see what we can do. Have to get a good Mona plan. All right. These guys are, well, they're healed up. We'll start moving against Draktusk. He's Berserkers and River Trolls. All right. Fetid Legion. Ashland, Sand, Cavern Floor, Fungus Field, and Gloom. Target-friendly city has city stability, and friendly undead deal 10% damage. Enemy units in the domain become soulbound. Create Bone Dragons. I mean, I kind of want all of these. Let's grab Domain of Death first, though. You're working on that armory. These guys are ready to annex more stuff. Two foresters. You know what? I'm going to give him another quarry up here. And then, what does this look like? 600 and 700? If I can have these guys help that out, I think that would be the way to go. You're going to keep moving down to Waypoint. We're going to cast Whiteborn on our Wendigools, so this is finally making all of our characters undead. Giving them more frost resistance. Lowering their spirit and fire resistance, though, which is going to be a little bit tough. Giving them Heartless, so less morale changes. Immune to poison and disease, though, and Lifesteal. It's also going to make them look pretty cool. So our oracles now are undead. Interesting. They actually lost the eye covering. Normally the oracles have like hands over their eyes, but I guess if they don't have eyes at all, it doesn't matter. The paladins, our dark paladins, certainly looking more and more evil. 14 frost resistance. Yeah, I'm not taking any penalties. I've managed to offset with magical wards giving me 2 fire resistance, and then virtuous spirit giving me 2 spirit resistance, and then undead resentment giving me 2 spirit and 2 fire resistance. It is exactly enough that I have canceled out all of our penalties. Army of Aegis invaded our domain, but I think they're just like stepping through. These guys. Choo. Let's grab them in Academy. Feeling pretty good about our knowledge situation right now. We did just pick up Fetid Legion, so we'll start casting this. Give everybody 10 HP and Weakening Aura. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Our unit upkeep, because everyone is undead now, everybody costs a soul. And I don't have enough souls to do that. And I don't have any way to make those souls, except for like draining rituals. I don't know where we're getting thralls from, just for fights, I guess. So there is a 4th army with these guys. It's a really good army, though. I mean, all of these skeleton mages are great. They're better than these skeleton archers. That's for sure. Probably not better than Shademakers, especially not Shademakers who were born under the stars. You're a ranger, paladin, and 2 heroes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace some of these units. And we're gonna have to get rid of a bunch of these. Sadly. You have a support, you have a support, you have a support. So I'm gonna get rid of this necromancer right away. And then these guys can't really move yet, but we'll shift them around next turn. Oracles lost their hood. Hands on eyes were part of the hood. Okay. Rogue trader Mona leading a Reaver culture. Could do that. I do have like a fire and blight build right now, which I'm really excited to try out. But I don't know that that's really Mona's vibe. I don't know what Mona would be. Like sunshine and naps. I don't know that it translates. Give me more Reaver content? I haven't done a Reaver content in a while. We're going to do Barbarian for our next run. That's going to be the Blight. The Fire and Blight is going to be Barbarians. Because it's also based like on doing a lot of crits. I think he'll be fine over here. He's got 4/6 stacks. Keskus is Draktusk is attacking me with a single army. Okay. Sure. 20 souls, a thrall. Now, I have units to raise here, but I guess not. Stalwart Amplifier of Hexing. That might be better on our mage. It's exactly the same, just with a bigger name. You have a Cloak of Fortune. Would I be better off giving you that hardy chestplate? I feel like yes is the answer to that. 15 extra HP. I'm going to do that. Umbral Demon. Well, let's give that to you. You gain a level. Immobilized or summon Living Vines. Let's go Living Vines. Biggest problem down here is like no necromancers. Nobody's really like leading these armies except for Specchio. We've picked up Silver Tongue Fruit. You've released Stellasis as a vassal. I love to see that. So, god damn, we have a lot of vassals. Where are those guys? Stellasis. Here we go. Make all our vassals happy. Shop of secrets. Secrets. I don't have a lot of mana right now. God, stars have aligned this turn as well. Hurry, that Smith's Guild. Acropolis is also scale off of research posts, so why don't I put one of them there? And that will get us more souls. You have an academy, build that right away. Can you also build an Acropolis? Or I could build you another Zenith. I'm gonna build you an Acropolis. My biggest issue right now is souls. Ergo. Yo, I also have a crazy amount of Wonderstone. Okay, we should be building a lot more stuff. Omen Hollow is ready to be absorbed. I still have a bounty to destroy that Crusader host. More grievances. I'm being pillaged? Question mark? Doesn't look like it. This looks like I can just win this. Oh, especially if aligned stars. I have a 100% crit chance on all my characters. Spanked. That Crusader host is dead. We get a Lightning Giant Bane, a Signet of Camouflage, a Frost Axe. Who is leading this army? We get a bunch of mana for that as well. I'm going to give you that Signet of Camouflage. You certainly deserve it for doing that fight. You're also maybe my highest level character right now. Phase Lock and Blink. Frostwind Evocation, Withering Blizzard. Both of these are 3 costs. Nah, Blink is also costs, though, so... Ignore status resistance or damage on flanking attacks. We'll go Master Shadow. Summon Undead. You can also grab... I could give Regenerate and Endurance Training. Inexorable Cast, Inexorable Prowess. +1 damage for each unit burning, electrified, frozen, stunned, or slowed. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Foraging and Endurance Training. Just let him buff all of his characters. And also provide some extra heals. So in here, I'm going to remove this archer and take a mage for sure. You are a ranger with an architect. Let's remove... These guys are cold-blooded, poison, tenacious. And... Ceaseless Cacophony and cold-blooded. Let's remove him. And add a mage in here. And then you kind of already have it. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just get rid of all of these guys. Don't love doing it. But I think it's the best choice. We'll foresee downfall. We'll construct onagers. He's attacking there, but we're attacking him here. It kind of works out. Those guys are all chill. It's perfect. Hope they change the Mage Law cannon to tier 4 since we already have tier 4 Knights in Feudal and rework it slightly. Like the big cannon? The thing is that like Knights are tier 4, but you have to evolve them from tier 2. And they love dying. It's really hard to keep Knights alive. Mage Law cannon, on the other hand, is extremely easy to keep alive because it sits in the back row. I would like to see more evolutions in general. Just because I think it's like cool when you have units, tier 1 units, tier 2 units that have survived a long time and then they're able to like reach the next phase of the game and still stay relevant. Now that being said, like they've made tier 1 and tier 2 are much better. They did get a bit of a nerf, but things like Mighty Meek now also affects tier 2. So there's some trade-offs that they go back and forth with. Dragon getting clapped. We're close to the Beacons of Unity. Yeah, we should probably be tracking that actually. It definitely let's do the next campaign in simultaneous turn and see how it feels. It might feel awful, but part of me is like it might also feel really nice. Vigor Stormcaller has built a Beacon of Unity. Uh-oh. How the hell does he have access to beacons and I don't? He has 4 cities, is how. He has 8 cities, is how. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, that caught me a little off guard. Oh. Uh-oh. Hmm. 560 to integrate. Have I gotten any of my heroes back right now? I sure have. My Battle Saint. Now, it's 120 souls to animate her. But if I resurrect her, she'll still be a Whiteborn. But she'll only be level 8? Question mark? Oh, you're a different character is why. This was the Whiteborn that was actually defending that city that we just took. I think let's just bring back our Battle Saint for 500. You've built your armory. An Arcane Observatory. We can cast Fetid Legion here. Give our boy some stank. Don't think we've unlocked anything else. I want to cast Marching Winter down on Stellasis down here. You're 1,600 points. That's not going to be enough for this. No, it's not necessarily going to be far off. You might be able to ride to the rescue of Nebington. You guys make like a paladin and an oracle. Rush that paladin. Rush that paladin. So I have a teleporter here, but they don't have a teleporter up here. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't really have a teleporter up here anywhere. You're 1,000 points, though. So it's still possible. But that's going to be a struggle bus. I could cast Marching Winter up there. It would also freeze all of this. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I was really not expecting that guy to have 8 cities. Love to see it in Total War. Instead of having to scrape low tier units, being able to promote them to a higher tier even strips their veterancy. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like if they're at like a max level veterancy, it feels like they should be able to be like, okay, we're good enough to get the gear to like go from a defender to a paladin or whatever. You have that unit unlocked. Why not let us do that? Especially if it brings them back down to rookie. Because it's like if you made a paladin from fresh, it would be trained, and so it would probably, because of like the buildings you build, would probably come in at like second or third, you know, third rank even. Wait, no, he built a beacon of unity. He hasn't lit the beacons of unity though. Oh my friggin' god, he did. He built all 3 beacons of unity and lit them on the same turn. Holy smokes. I did not see that happening. Yeah, all the other warriors are like, we're done. Hard decline on that though. Hard decline. Let's Marching Winter on this. We'll start up another one of those. I think I can get there in time. I gotta go through that pirate cove. Yuck. I think if I'm here with his 1,700 and mine 1,800, 4,000 versus 34, but we have the defense. 2 turns. Can I rally a Kingham? Probably should have done that last turn, but... What's that look like? 2,000 versus 3,000. That's probably not going to go well. I'm not going to siege them right away because I don't want to be hit by that immediately. We'll take waypoint, and then I might actually just peace out with him. Those beacons of unity are really far in the back. Why don't you have any teleporters? There's one here. If I teleport there and sail up the ocean, I might be able to get into that beacon of unity. Wow, I've never seen the computer pull this off before. Let alone on turn 100. Ever try a Warrior Chaos campaign? Can do exactly that. With the evolutions. Yeah. But only they can do it, which is very weird. You want pigs and bats. Pigs would be pretty fun. Definitely. I wouldn't mind some big people. About to have so many friends. I probably have to fight this. Crud. I don't have to fight this. Excellent. I'm just going to take that because that wins us Track Dusk. I don't believe he can reinforce in time. Arctica's Corruptor. Ooh, Splitterling infestations. You currently have the Immobilizing Blightbringer. Which gives you bleeding. And just like more... Oh no, sorry. The Arctica's Corruptor does bleeding, actually. Does Sunder... The Blightbringer does Sunder defense and immobilize and blight damage. Yeah, no, this is way better. Excellent. We also picked up a Frost Great Axe. And a Lightning Giant's Bane. This guy lost his staff, which is a little unfortunate. Actually, he lost like all of his items. They had really good items too. Yeah, you have Yakka's Dragon's Bane, so it's really hard to give you anything else. A Merchant of Wendy Ghouls, widely known for his depraved feast, has come before your throne. Get gold, get knowledge, get an order boon. 21 stability for 6 turns. You know what? That's probably going to get me more value than anything else. Why are you at war with me? Are you not aware that the other character is 15 turns off winning the game? That really makes my life hell. That is truly, truly, truly outrageous. If I fight you, I pull in a smaller crowd. Dunked. Dunked, dunked, dunked. Nebington is saved. Furthermore, Nebington now has like a ton of extra troops. All right, I'm also going to bring her up then, and then the two of them are going to take out this Pirate's Cove. You've got range for an archer. So, Specchio, I'm going to have you start this siege. It's 4 turns, but that's okay. Go with onagers. And take your time. You build an arcane observatory. Let's grab an academy here. And then I think I'll just grab this mine, maybe? I have that spot already. Yeah, let's just grab that mine. These guys are ready to annex more stuff. I'm going to grab another forester for the Tree of the Fae. All right, our wizard leveled up defending that city. Inexorable cast we'll give him. You hate me. You also hate me. Other rulers started a war. Those two. Okay. It is so funny that she went to war with me. Defensive pact. Defensive pact. Bone Daddy has joined me against Morena. Ah, okay. She has a defensive pact with Vigor Stormcaller. That's why. The breach is made in the city of Waypoint. And we should just be able to roll this one too. Super easy. Astral Serpent. How the hell did I get you? No. No. Vassalize. Okay. Well, this guy. He's in the void. I mean, Bone Daddy is making an attack on him right now. I literally think I have to take this army and send it north. I have no idea how many turns it will even take. Apparently, I can go by sea and get there in 5 turns. There's a teleporter here. That's gonna be the plan. 20% critical chance, 30% accuracy. Give you accuracy. I'm gonna give you... You have literally 0 resistance. Oh, because you're embarked. I just feel like I have to give Unholy Leader to everyone. Feels like it's the only thing that makes sense. Jägermeister is grabbing another level. We're going to grab the Dispelling Rune on him. Increasing his mana upkeep, but giving him the opportunity to get Exhume Undead and a Draining Burst. We'll start with Exhume Undead. You also Can pick up Forge Master and make higher level gear. This is my crit death knight, who's kind of a crit knight. He's in a bit of a weird place right now, honestly. But we'll see how he does.
Have you tried not thinking about skeletons? My
No, I
therapist
haven't.
asks. I look at them. I look at the skeleton inside them trying to trick me.
He just wants to get out of that flesh suit.
Not thinking. I had.
Yeah? Yeah, TTS, you okay there, bud? Marinara, thank you for the biddies, my dude. Nice. He's under siege. So that guy's done. Assuming the Bone Daddy can take this. He's got this weird crocodile cow snake wielding a lance. This is the weirdest looking character I've ever seen. Is he a demon? Oh, he's Draconic Vitality. He's also Whiteborn. Wow, he has a lot of things in one. Oh, and then the Bone Daddler is here himself, who's a monster in his own right. Here's the question I have. If she's alive, can I just vassalize her and like steal that as a vassal? Not yet certain. Truce. No, not truce. How about I become Overlord? Is this what I wish? Yeah. I should have waited. Oh no, I still get waypoint. Excellent. My concern there was that I was not going to get waypoint. Now, I could integrate you. Upkeep. I could also integrate Nebbington and then build a teleporter here. Morena's unlocked the Beacons of Unity. I'm going to integrate Nebbington. And then I'm going to make sure that we have a teleporter built literally right here. You can take a nautical governor because you have all this sea stuff. And then we can knock out this pirate cove. Oh my god, that's so good. A thieving sphere, boon stealing 20% critical hit damage. A spark collar, a tier 4 single-handed weapon with 20% critical hit damage. And a provoking construct destroyer. Now, Yaka's Dragonbane is good, but 20% critical hit damage on this sword might actually be better for you. It makes him a bit more of a tank as well. Boots of Freedom. Very fast movement, swift, immune to being slow or immobilized. Swift like a... Now you're already on a Hunter Spider. God, I got the no mounts? Okay. We can pick up the Tome of the Eternal Lord, which I believe is planned. Yup. For some true death magic. Withering Mist. All units sustain 15 frost damage. They'll also take an extra plus 10. Chance of becoming blind and weakened. Ooh. And then also Battlefield Reanimation just slaps.
A realm blanketed by glistening ice. And it...
We're going to take true death magic first. Couple of level ups on our Battle Saint here, regenerating support. And we became the Race Keeper of the Siren Nobles. These guys are pretty good. I could turn them into something. We'll soup up that wizard some more. Guys, I appreciate you making those deals, but... Alliance. Active integration, alliances. Interesting. This guy has become an ally. The Bone Daddy. Funny that he can send me a wizard's bond, but I can't send him one. I'm gonna boot that Necropolis up. Get working on this Zenith. What are you guys working on? I should probably also build a foundation over here. But not before I grab a Chamber of the Right. Another Undead Titan. So you three. Teleporter, teleporter, teleporter. We got to get teleportation mastery. Unfortunately, these two are probably going to have to come back down here and deal with Marina. Let's let them heal and work their way to that teleporter, because that's probably the fastest thing I could do with them. Domains of Death. Put that there for now. Cost a bunch of souls to cast that. All right, we got to keep recruiting troops. I know it's expensive, but like we absolutely need more troops just popping out in general. It's funny that it's like my soul upkeep is what I'm hurting on the most right now. Still 18 provinces short, which feels nuts. So many Age of Wonders DLC, no idea if I should buy them, and if so, which would I start with? I used to play the base game back in the day. It really depends on like what you want is the thing. They're all good DLCs. They all add different elements. Like dragons are great. They're really good. Eldritch Realms is probably the weirdest out of all of them. It's really cool in that it does add this like other whole layer to the map, optional layer to the map. But it is like rarer characters, I think is kind of how I would look at it. I think the Giant King one is like exceptional because it adds all the cool landmarks to the map. I think it really like improves map generation in general. If you like the idea of Reavers, you know, Empire and Ashes is good. If you want to play more nature stuff, Primal Fury. The Archon stuff so far has been really, really good. It's also capable of spreading out to like a lot of different other factions. But I think really if you're looking at like Undead or Angels, then Archon Prophecy is like the way to go. They all kind of have like their different specializations, right? Like Empire and Ashes is adds all the Golem gameplay, which is really fun. I'm definitely forgetting some in here. Ways of War, if you want, you know, more like Eastern themed. Also the demons, the accursed fiends or whatever they're called. They're really cool. But yeah, I mean, like the thing is like you don't really need any of them. The free patches will give you a lot of the updates anyway, so. Some kind of advantage in single or multiplayer? Not really, no. It's, you know, everything is still like, has its advantages and disadvantages. All right, this teleporter's got to be ready. I don't know, a Frostfire down here could kind of work. Yeah, why not? That's in ruins. Let's get that fixed. There's an enchanted den here I haven't taken. But perhaps now is not the time. Yeah, she's amassing an army there. These guys all have 32 movement. This is really as fast as I could go. Okay. Sure. Chamber to the right. Capture Dawn Watch. Oh yeah, I forgot that she has stuff like that. Okay, everybody is forming alliances. And I'm a bit worried about the fact that they're no longer offering me those diplomacies. Oh, Bone Daddy, you're not going to betray me, are you? I got this funny feeling you might. I love that the Fountain of Creation, like, and they're like, no, you cannot ice over this location. These are all golden forests. Healed by this magical land. The geysers of lustral water sanctify the earth, intended with providential care. By this truth we erect fountains upon these torrents, and thus by understanding the labor of his works we draw closer to the All-Father. For what are these streams if not the incarnation of the well of creation made manifest? Archon, Wizard of Life. Anon, Archon, Wizard of Life. I think he's in the new story realm. He's from the old Age of Wonders games. Some broken tomes. Example, Eldritch Realm, Cleansing Flame, but I can't really say. I wouldn't really say it's broken, right? Because, like, it definitely has some advantages, and, like, depending on... It has some weird combos. Like, Dragoons with Cleansing Flame is really broken. Quite literally, they have infinite attacks. Okay. But for the most part, you know, you really have to try to do that exploit. What bonuses did the monuments give for the architect culture? A whole bunch of stuff. When you build a full one, it gives you +4 damage of your type. Shadow Incarnate. This also like scales off of different abilities that the architects have. +4 of resistance of your type, 10% all income, 20 stability, affinity of your type, and it counts as a gold ancient wonder. So you can technically bind it and cast a magic victory. Do either of you guys want that undead giant? No, you're okay at the moment. I mean, he can come back you up, though. Whew. Oh, he's a stack of 3 is why. You're only a stack of 2, though. Why aren't you so strong here? Where is this? That's a lot of souls. I could cast Domain of Death here, and all my units would get 10% extra damage. He's got these other armies coming over. I'm out of movement though, so like I'm actually stuck. Kind of like forced in this fight. That's teleportation circle. You guys are heading out to sea. I should be able to stop that beacon of unity. Not being able to move you into the city has got me kind of caught out here, because the thing is like I could attack you, but if I don't attack you, then one of these 6 armies could attack me, and I could end up fighting an even more impossible odd. So I'm gonna cast Domain of Death. And then I'm going to cast nothing else. But I am going to have to attack you. Oh! Oh, we also got a ton of extra points because of the Domain of Death here now. What do you have? Burn, Battlements, and Tower Bombardment? Honestly, we could probably just auto this. Not gonna take any of them. Amplifying Mantle. Reflecting Shield. That is 10% better. Congratulations, you got new armor. Three status resistance, 20%. Ignore 2 status resistance. You know what? I could put that on my character who died and came back to life. Yeah, I think that's better for you. Also, you got a level up. Ah, we get to choose between Immortal Saint. 1 turn after this unit dies, it comes back to life with 40% HP and 5 fervor. Battlefield Restoration. All friendly units gain 1 regen per stack of fervor consumed. Enter defense mode, heal yourself 10 HP, and get regeneration. Fervor stacks what, up to 5 times? So that's stack 5 regeneration on your entire army. That's pretty good. I could be wrong also, but I think that would heal. And now... why don't I attack this other stack here as well? This guy just come back to life? Fleeting, pass through, slippery, vicious killer. No. He's just choosing. He's just choosing not to die, I guess. Or he's being resurrected. Probably more likely he's being resurrected. You both get another level up off of that. I could give you Draining Burst. Each unit in combat with Burning Electrified, Frozen, Stunned, or Slowed. I feel like that would be good for you. Like, I feel like that's just going to cause you to do crazy more damage. This Cleric. Support abilities grant Fervor. Defensive mode grants Fervor. Support abilities get bolstered resistance. We're going to take that one. Okay, great. So at least that army is dealt with for now. I'm going to grab another Undead Titan. And then... I'm going to cast Domain of Death again. You have it. You have it. Cast it up here as well. Probably the right choice. I could put a spell jammer down here and it would also protect that city. I like that. Any build you do will be good unless you really try to. But if you like being an underdog, Eldritch Realms, the new layer adds the most challenge. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Ignore the AI, fight Eldritch Horrors. Well, I mean, also, like, if you go, like, Ways of War, you can take Valiant Knights, and you can literally just ignore the other players, and your whole thing is just about fighting, fighting invasions and infestations, which is kind of cool. It's a very different playstyle. How are we? 12 turns. All right, we'll get there in time. There's no way he's going to stop this army, right? No, this is a beefy army. Even though it does just have a bunch of skeletons in it, it's still like 5,000 strength. Morena has built another Beacon of Unity that's 2. So what's going to end up happening here is even if we don't kill Storm... once we kill Stormcaller, we're still also going to have to attack Morena and then light our own beacon. So... you've got an Oracle. Grab a Frost Giant out of here. Paladin. Another Undead Titan. An Undead Titan, a Paladin, an Undead Titan, an Oracle. frost giant. An architect? Okay. I'm going to take the turn just to like reestablish myself here. Which is good because they do kind of need a moment to heal. Okay, guys, I'll take those alliances now. I shouldn't have turned them down. If you're willing to talk shop again, I'm getting really concerned about the fact that you are allying with all my friends. This is going to be a gong show. This is going to be an absolute mess for a finish. Why did I build a soul wheel and a necropolis here when I know that these have to be my expansion slots? God damn it. I gotta burn down both of those. I was desperate for souls, I guess. How much are they making? 5 and 14. Woof. Big woof. Well, I guess we can leave it at least until this is finished building. This one will burn down. Moraine has built another beacon of unity, which means that other notification is they've been lit. There's one. There's the other. Okay, she's not a problem. Her beacons of unity are literally on my front door. Astral Anchorage has finally destroyed one of these locations. Buy a mage lock. Or don't buy a mage lock. I don't want a mage lock. Nice. Stormcaller got stopped. Well, I mean, I'm up here anyway. I might as well go trash a bunch of his cities. That's going to be the case, you know? So you're going to need to make... I do want to make a foundation monument here. Dedicated to Shadow. We might as well... And then the Frost Giant. $400 points for teleportation mastery. So we'll get teleportation mastery next turn. These guys are going to have to just sit put another round. Might as well do it in our territory. You've produced teleportation. Let's grab... Honestly, affinity effigies at this point would probably be pretty good. Oh, I didn't realize you also just build this like inside your city. That's crazy. So the city can scale infinitely, that means. I have no quarries. whatsoever. Well, guess it is what it is. Who has cleared this? Those guys did, which does mean I kind of want to take that back, because I was just talking about taking that enchanted den. Man, if we own all this, I feel like we should just take this last piece of forest. At least this way we have this entire chunk. Border gore. You're good, you're good, you're good. Friendships. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think everything's gonna explode on me. Alright, so you have like so much money and I'm still producing like 548 bucks. So I think I'm just gonna have to start saying like... an Oracle, 2 Paladins, a Corrupt Soul, and 2 Shade Makers. And I'm gonna just do these as like armies. Sadly, we don't have any better like ranged troops. I suppose I could use like architects instead of shade makers. These guys do 37 on a frost blast. Holy smokes. Chance of decay. These guys get critical hit chance, faithful, chance of decay. I guess it's like 12 and 6 though versus 37, 12, 12, 12. Well, 18, 18, 18. So like 54 versus 37. Yeah, all right. I'll stick with the archers. Actually, I'm kind of wondering whether or not I even put in an oracle. Maybe I should put in an architect in that final slot. And that way, these are no Imperium cost. I think let's do that. And Clayland is designed to build troops. It's got the Smith's Guild. It does need more foresters, but Valkeep is under siege. Yeah, it's a pretty big army. Yeah, it's a pretty big army. Damn, he got the enchanted den. We can free that though. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. Morena has lit the beacons of unity. Surprise, surprise. Thankfully, there's like one right here. So I'm probably gonna tell this guy to just start attacking Morena at this point. We've unlocked true death magic. Nodes provide +5 souls. That would solve a lot of my problems. Atlas can annex more provinces. Maybe just grab a farm for now. Vassalage with waypoint. What are all these messages? Big Daddy compliments us. You give me a grievance. And you give me a grievance. Spells can now be cast on the first turn of combat. I love that one, but not as much as I love Teleporter Mastery. Okay, here's my Frost Giant. But I actually have a moment here, so... Oh my god. The idiots at Valkeep marched out immediately Meaning I didn't even have time to ride to their defense. Unbelievable. Absolute morons. Nebbington. I'm gonna get you a Spelljammer, but I'm gonna put it all the way down here. Just in case. And I'm sorry, you don't have Marching Winter right now for some reason. So let's also cast that. And then I'll also be casting that on Upkeep. From enemies to lovers with Mr. Dragon. Yeah, well, more like enemies to, like... I'm stepping on them. Things are getting weird. Imperium's the one resource in the game I have trouble with. It's so limited that any Imperium upkeep has to bring a lot on the table. My biggest advice is getting war justifications. Because if you get a major war justification, you get plus 20 Imperium a turn. And that is huge. Like, that's more than you get from building all the wizard towers. Actually, I think that's what you get for building all 4 stacks of the wizard tower. Which is not cheap. Nobody better try to steal this from me now. Too many pathways. And I've lost a ton of land now, too. I guess from Valkeep? I don't understand how this guy is 8 cities. But his economy must be, like, destroyed because of it. Shield units go on the offense. Move up, move up, move up. Okay, stars have aligned. Cast Marching Winter. Start trying to cast it again. You've made Affinity Effigies. I'm just gonna finish off you then. You made a Paladin. Yeah, you're making a whole army. You can grab more provinces. Let's grab this, because I'm realizing also if I can get the Oracle Woods, that would be nice. These homies. Let's land you here to start. Very strong. I basically didn't take any damage from that fight. So I'm going to have you raise that Beacon of Unity so that we don't have to deal with this again. And then we're also going to raise this city to the ground. Actually, that's not true. We're going to vassalize this city is what we're going to do. I don't know. Probably onagers. I wish we had some better siege equipment. You're going to get Mastered Focus. And then let's give you start upgrading your units. You're going to pick up Undying Warrior, giving you Resurgence. And you, good sir, we're going to pick up Hurl Ice Boulder, which we're going to start upgrading. So you have a big attack spell. Yeah, I mean, he's got some pretty ugly cities up here. Maybe I should just burn this city down, honestly. At 26. I might be better off. His capital city is really hard to get to. And if I burn his cities down, then you'll have a lot harder time doing an expansion victory. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. That's a big uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, this spaghetti just keeps getting more upsetty. Oh, never mind. He's attacking me when I have aligned stars. That's why I'm not taking any damage. I have a 100% crit chance. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. That was a really good time to land this attack. The stars have aligned. The fact that you only get 70-90 a turn no matter how hard you push for it really hampers you. I need it for it so much you can't really justify its use for units most of the time. But I would disagree, because like mythic units are really crazy good. Major war justification difficult to acquire. And it's only temporary. You can get yourself locked into a pretty good war for most of the game. You should always be able to get like some from a war. I think the thing is like it's just designed that you know, you're not meant to be able to use Imperium like nonstop all the time for everything. You do have to balance it a little bit. Oh, these guys just spread gloom here. Which means I'm going to take damage if I stay. You know what? Just move. Oh. I thought you had to stay on top of it to burn it down. Get some bone Dorgons. I'm going to give you a quarry with a pasture. And then we're going to dunk these dudes. Probably lose that corrupted soul. Miraculously, somehow I do not. What happened with this guy? He's neither dead nor alive nor fled. Piercing mantle. Disenchant. Okay, you're back to being my vassal. Good. Great, in fact. We're going to move here. I'm going to take the Oracle Wood next turn. Sniper's going to take this. We're going to take killing... No, unyielding. Sorry. Willbreaker or Warseeker? Probably Warseeker. Yeah, we'll go Warseeker. You finally got a mount. It's a dire beer, which isn't really what I was going for, but why not? Accurate mask. I feel like I have a archer who could probably use that. My ruler has leveled up. We're gonna make even bigger boulders. $36 damage. Did that go down? Oh, it does go down. What? It doesn't say it goes down. It goes down from 43 to 36. All right, whatever. You are my battle saint. I'm going to start giving you those skills. I'm also going to give you... Now, that's interesting. I could pick up Master of Order here. I'm going to do that, because then I can give you Mending Touch. And Mending Touch will be a free 35 turn heal with bolstering support and regeneration, which is extremely powerful. And then I'm going to see if I can make you a staff, which I'm pretty sure I can. Oh yeah, we got a lot of money here. We got lots we can work with here. Thrown away 12k gold for conquering a gold wonder for 600 Imperium. By the time you start using your Imperium on units like you said, it's because you don't have anything else to use it on. I understand making it limited to make the choices more important, but its use as unit upkeep isn't worth it for most of them. Majority of mythics when I played aren't strong enough for any other purpose other than conquering wonders to get more Imperium with. It's definitely the best reason for mythics. Like, having an army that's strong enough to go around and take out wonders is super, super valuable. But, like, I would still say that they have value. Like, all of the fights that we're winning and not taking any damage right now. And it's because most of my units are mythic in those armies. So the computer has a really, like, hard time fighting against them. Now I want to get one of these new staffs. Frost damage. Bless could be kind of nice. Fortune, strengthen, bolstered resistance. This would also heal and give more bolstered resistance. And regeneration. Raise Undead, also obviously always valuable. This would give your support abilities +2 regeneration. Maybe I just do that. And we'll call it Frozen Faith. Because with all of his abilities, yeah, he'll get bolster resistance, bolster defense, double regeneration, and 10 HP whenever he uses any of his abilities on people. That's kind of nuts. Hecaton, this is our Death Knight. Giving you Blink could be fun, or Phase Lock. 120% chance of stun, enter defensive mode. Draining Burst also pretty good, but it won't be. Yeah, I'm gonna give you Phase Lock. This is a weird choice, but I kind of like it. It effectively gives him a magic shield bash. Oh, I think we just also beat the green leader. I have a monolith here. I might as well build that. And Nebelith. Teach you that academy. My Tengu from the Guns faction idea was restarting Story Realms on hard. Got stuck on Crimson Caldera, the only war world. That's a really tough one. There's some achievements as well that are like extremely difficult to get on Crimson Caldera. How many turns do we have? 13 turns. Dawn Watch. I should probably go deal with that too. Homie's just building more beacons of unity. I guess that's one way to do it. If you have 8 towns, build a beacon in unity of every town. You only need to keep 3 of them lit. Is that doable? Is that allowed? Something underground sounded like it just got sieged. They're also binding so many gold wonders. Oh no, this got sieged. You know, I have 3 gold wonders. Because I built 2 of them. No, sorry, you have, I think, one more level to go. But that's fine. I could start researching Bind Gold Wonders, and we could also just cast a Magic Victory. Plunge the world into shadow. Not a bad idea. Borg, hello. Why the heck is it 30 degrees in Norway in August? I feel you, bud. I feel you. The world's a mess. We finally broke like a 7-day heat wave here. We got rain for the first time in a week, which seems kind of nuts. War has ended with Sweeville. Oh, that was Morena's town, I guess. So we're just gonna pop in here. Order Affinity, Astral Affinity. We'll break the mirrors. Encourage our attackers. This is like the big fight against the mirror mimics, which we're not actually gonna fight, but gold. A spirit wolf with old friend. Oh, that's kind of cool. Lightning Demon's Bane, a tier 3 weapon, a bunch of mana. Or city stability. I'm gonna take the weapon because I can disenchant it. Gotta go one more there. This guy hit level 16. Hilarious. First character to level 16. All units gain universal camouflage, slippery, and fleeting. And now he's immortal. A mortal wizard. Since elemental echo. Base attacks inflict 20% of their damage to enemies adjacent to the target. Oh, that's kind of good. It's quite good, actually. Honestly, I'm just going to get this like 10% extra damage against burning targets, and then he'll probably get summons. Even though he super does not need them. Okay, okay. You're still not a tier 4 town. That's wild. I've had this town for a very long time. How are we doing up here? One more turn for Wound Heart. Ah, that beacon of unity is attached to his capital. I could start casting spells to make other characters, like these sirens we could make undead. What happened to you? Didn't we winterize you? We did winterize you, and then you de-winterized. Strange. All right, I'm gonna re-winter all these other cities in the meantime. Heldon's under siege. Okay. I like that he's sieging that instead of destroying the Beacon of Unity. Priorities. I don't know, man. Me and Bone Daddy hopefully together to the end. If I start getting a win condition, I don't see why he would break the alliance to go to war with me. It is crazy, though. I've never really had this situation where it's like two other characters are racing victory conditions and beating me to them. I figured with all of our vassals, we must have been at 160 points, but I think we've been like really slow on growth. What do we have? 20, 20, basically. 4, 5, 6, 7. Say 8 towns at 20. That's 160. Oh. Okay. Apparently I am ready to light the beacons of unity. Apparently I missed the memo. Why can't I build them? Can I not build Beacons of Unity while somebody else has the timer going? I mean, I gotta assume that's the case. Though I'm pretty shocked by that. Well, we can still go for that magic victory. I need you to rebuild a soul well. Fortunately, gonna have to be like out here somewhere. Okay. These guys are ready to get destroyed. Let's put a wound in wound hurt. No skeletons. Now, I'm just going to raise it to the ground. I think right now that's my best option. Especially with the fact that there's like an umbral nest here causing him trouble. Now, this fight might be a little more difficult. I'm suddenly seeing how many troops you have decided to bring back to fight me. I can't say I like it. Let's grab our level ups. Level 12 on our ranger. Blink? Honestly, not bad on a ranger. I would say not bad at all. And then I'm just going to go up damage for you. You're pretty straightforward, I think. My ruler has leveled up. Now, I could get super big ice boulder, which continues to do 37 damage, but does 2 hex radius. Or I could get 48 damage in the 1 hex radius. Even though the obelisk crash does 50 damage. And has a bunch of effects on it. So, you know what? We might as well give you a 2-shot. We'll give you the huge ice boulder. So now you have like the 2 hex, the 1 hex, the single hex, frost spells. You have claim spell. a summon, 2 summons. Yeah, you're kind of an interesting warlock, I think. I'd argue. He's returned to Slam Pit. We'd like to continue marching winters. If you play as dragon, you can pick dragons, get yourself a dragon doom stack. Feudal monarchy can make that stack free as long as you personally lead it. True. That would be a very fun stack because dragons are super expensive. Devs mentioned something that the AI has increased city limit, and seeing this green makes it look busted. Yeah, all right. Now we're starting to get the real fights here. You're not really supposed to make armies of tier 4 and tier 5 units. They're meant to supplement. Yeah, I kind of feel like they are additional leaders. So it's like if you have extra armies but they don't have leaders in them, putting in mythic units in there is like a really good choice. I like grabbing 1 or 2. In my main army, I'll often do a handful, but in most other armies, I will stick to like 1 or 2 mythic units. And I'm not really counting tier 4 oracles. I'm talking like tier 5 mythic. Because there's, I don't know, the 3 Imperium, I don't find it really makes like a difference. It's negligible. I'm Cav Enjoyer, tend to make mounted armies, so I see the problem you mentioned. Yeah. Recommend Industrious, since there's so many mountains on the edge of the map in the Caldera. Yeah, you can get like an insane amount of items if you play Industrious on that map. Need to adapt to whatever enemies you face. Yeah, I mean, Caldera also has like a lot of different enemy types, so it's very hard to say like... You can't like prep a build for that map in quite the same way. All right, what the hell's going on with all these beacons of unity? Well, I guess if he takes this city, that beacon is over, so... Dawnwatch has been taken. He's clearly about to take Tellus Fork, which is their other beacon of unity. Maybe I just need to save up enough money so that I can build all my beacons at the same time. Dismiss. What do we pick up? A tier 4 charge hammer, plant slayer, bleeding and poison with consume chaos. Interesting. A free tower of true sight. But I want to bind ancient gold wonders, but I also want a free tower of true sight. Pick a new tome. I guess now we'll get the Tome of the Reaper.
So many waste the divine gift of their souls, merely attempting to bring some
that would be
semblance
nice.
of hope to their petty lives. They
We'll start binding. Our true sight here can go first. We have more level ups here. We got killing momentum on this guy. Now I could give him this striking great hammer, but I'm gonna be honest, it does not do much more damage than your current sword does, and your current sword does that extra critical hit damage, and you are crit build, so I'm gonna leave you as is. 2 defense, 3 status resistance, 2 defense, 13 hit points, 15 hit points. I'm gonna give you that HP. Big man's leveled up. Let's give you, whenever a unit dies, you get grace. And I'm also gonna give you, I think this disruption ruin is what I said. Yes. Base attacks have a 60% chance of inflicting disrupted. Attacks deal 20% damage to magic origin units. But the more important part here is Eternal One. So now he can't die. Sniper. No sniping. You're just going to grab that defense point. You three dweebs running down here. You three dweebs cleaning out the trash. No reason not to grab everybody in these fights. So he's got another beacon of unity there. I think I'm just going to stay back here and guard this city to make sure that he doesn't stop this raise from happening. You're getting more level ups. %10 extra damage. Can't say no to that. Bounties. Raise this beacon of unity. Well, you're about to take that city, so I'm not going to take that bounty. I am going to cast Marching Winter over here on Waypoint, though. So that's Marching Wintered. This is Marching Wintered. This guy canceled my Marching Winter. Did he? Honestly, I can't tell. We'll figure it out. Do I have any other places? Yeah, I'd like to winter Vow Keep as well. I did winter Vow Keep. Does this mean vassals can choose to turn that off? If so, that's lame. You're the boss. You should be able to decide. Beat Caldera with Conquest. It sucked. Took days of work. Yeah, I believe that. Problem with Insanity. Golems and Angels are immune to it. Yeah. Yeah, I was fighting some Angels the other day, and none of the domination effects would work on them because they all just have immune to mind control. Go for Astral Order to Conquest Caldera. There was a guy who was spamming Ironclads, pissing you off, so lightning was good. I can't remember what we did. I think we did ice. I think that was Arctis Frost Herald. So he was ice and demons. Which, saying that out loud is like a weird combination. Wow, this guy sure keeps having a lot more troops to fight me with. He's doing damage. Though not necessarily enough. I want that Umbral Nest to come out here and beat him up. Honestly, I should probably just keep my guys in this city until it burns. Looks like Morena has retaken Helden. But is now fighting for Tellus Fork. This beacon of unity is getting burned? I can't tell. I have no idea who this guy is fighting. Assumably green. That's so funny, man. If I'd taken those Wizards bonds, I'd just be allied with like all those other players. And then when I triggered the beacons, they'd stay with me. but the less. You did it with Chaos Dark Culture build. Rough. Took forever. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what our culture was. I remember our main guy was a dwarf. If you like having to manually fight every other battle, go ahead. Just build golden golems. Auto-resolve everything. Whoa, look at this skeleton pole army's glowing. Hi, bugbear. Bone Dorgons. Sold. Good armor. We're getting lots of good items now. Let's think. Do I want the sign of the cleft shield? My shield units are skeleton warriors. This would give all of my skeleton warriors -4 defense, but 40% extra damage. That is good. Yes, I would like that. Yay! The beacons have been extinguished, which I think means I can start building beacons. Yay! I can. So I'm going to build my 3 beacons right here. They're going to take 4 turns, 4 turns, and 9 turns, and 4 turns. Now, I do have to make sure that nobody else lights their stupid beacons at the same time. Wow, these guys look super cool. These are the high bugbears? Ogres with draconic vitality, virtuous spirit, anointed people, and pure soul. Yeah, all right. That looks dope. They look really cool. Look how much they're glowing. These guys look like they would be angels, you know? Like, if I saw them come down, I'd be like, oh, angels don't look nice. They look like monsters. But at least they're really shiny monsters. I have very few skill points left to take. I think I was going to take Draining Burst. $17, $18, $19. Yeah. Let's do that. You're going to grab some more defense and evasion. You're finally going to get this staff. Yay. Mending Touch now gives so much bonuses. Crazy. What do I need? Probably more of those. Who needs weapons? You've got a tier 4. You've got a tier 4. You've got a tier 4. You got a tier 4. You have tier 1. You have a tier 4. All right, well, then this is an easy decision. Let's make a cool Eldritch thingamajig. We could make it a brain. Yeah, let's make it a brain. Frost brain. With infecting. And Rune of Frost, maybe? Yeah, why not? The Mind of Zombies, sure. You got a bunch of stuff. You have a Marching Winter ready. Dude, I can cast this on his cities too? Hmm. Oh. Let's cast on Dustfall. Apparently there's only one other city I could cast that on, so we might as well charge it up for right now. One other vassal city we can cast it on, I should say. So you guys are going to come down here, and we're going to take this city from you. If Bone Daddy doesn't beat us there. You got dragons, because I was thinking, like, I have a few skeleton warriors in here. And probably they'd be better off if they were mythical dragons. Just an idea. I can't move you this turn. Well, next turn, we'll get those bone dragons. Dude, this skeletal mage looks sick. I gotta just look at this guy. This is the most absurd looking character I've ever seen. He's a skeleton, but he's got draconic vitality, so he's also got all these like spikes coming off of him, but they're not poking through the flesh because he has no flesh. Then he's also got the anointed people and the pure soul. And he's got the undead resentment halo. And I think fated projectile is what's giving him that eye. That's so funny, man. All right, you're too much. I'm deleting you. What is even going on with him? Absolute chaos. I'm gonna sit back down here. That city's still making a new thing. Nebbington. Lord Nebbington. You actually benefit the most from sea-based locations. Just grab that wave conduit. Atlas. What are ya, Atlas? I was kind of thinking about pushing up here and having Nebbington come across so it could get its connection to the throne city. Man, I think I'll do that. Big heckin' heck. Let's just give you a ton of HP. Okay, I can probably rush the beacons this turn. 1,200 for the first turn. Maybe not. I might have to wait 2 turns. Picking high culture was a damned mistake. They just aren't strong enough. Canonically, angels do look like monsters. Yeah, right? Are biblically accurate angels with all the eyeballs all over them? The giant lava pool in the middle meant defense in the volume was possible. The elf world was both comically large and hated your existence. I mean, the story realms are just absurd. Like, they are so... The balance is just non-existent in the story realms. Like, you mentioned Grexilus to some people and they just start crying. What is Under Siege? I heard sieges. Tellus Fork? Oh, Helden. Other rulers are breaking their alliances. High culture was a damn mistake. They just aren't strong enough. High culture definitely needs a bit of love. I think they're... I don't know, man. I guess like all the... I'd like them to go back and revisit all the current cultures. More than I would like for them to introduce anybody new. I'm happy that we have agents. They're pretty cool. But I'd love to see everybody else brought up to that same level. Tengu, Reaver Angel Birds. Another is a Voxel Materium Dragon with Industrious. Nice. Mithrandil. It's a good name. It's a good name. It was going to run out of particle effects if you kept that skeleton. Just absolutely just explode. It does make me want to make the most sparkly character I possibly can. Find Ancient Gold Wonder. Well, I might as well unlock Age of Shadow then as well. Whispering Stone is returned. Why? Oh! Wow, I maxed out Omen Hollow. Okay. Stay frosty, Valkeep. Five. All right. You've got a skeleton warrior here. Wendigool. Skeleton warrior. Bone Dragon 1. Bone Dragon 2. I might as well have him do something. Okay, I don't think he can reach this city, so I might as well get back on the war march. This guy lost Tellus Fork again, so let's go back up here. And then how much? 862. So I could boost 2 of them. Let's just wait a turn. How come that one's at 4 turns? You were at 4 turns last turn. That's an incorrect amount. Hell, dudes, I'm just gonna start finding wonders. Why the heck not? Worst part of the story realm is that their heroes start at level 12, I think, and have amazing items. Yeah. They're super buffed up. They have really strong starts. Underground adaptation and Industrious. Industrious super strong. Yeah. Industrious has always been really strong because of how many items you can get. They definitely will go and rework all the other cultures, yeah. I mean, they're generally going back and doing them like one at a time with each DLC, so I'd suspect by the end of season 3 they might all get reworked. For sure they're going to rework Dark when they introduce vampires. And then if they do an Ocean one, they might rework like Barbarian? Probably? I guess? It's my best guess. How is this army? I don't even know. I have 6 heroes. Where is my 6th hero? Do I have a hero sitting in my capital city not doing anything? No. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. You're there. You're there. You're there. You're there. You're there. How long has these 2 armies just been sitting here doing absolutely ass nothing? Pretty long time, I think. I think that's a pretty long time there, buckaroo. Yes, sir. Must have had those guys on the old nappy time. Oh, you're going to start sieging this city for sure. And honestly, if there's only one guy defending it, I am going to do headlong assault so I can do it in 2 turns. So funny that I just totally forgot those guys. All right, because I raised that city, I have a bajillion dollars. So Beacon of Unity. So Beacon of Unity. So full retreat. So light it up. 15 turns remaining. I should just teleport my other armies back home. But where's the fun in that? I'm happy to let them just continue on their warpath, honestly. No, man, a forester? You don't know what you're doing. Boop, 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 boop. You have 3 levels. I'd rather you have unrestrained magic, so I'm going to go down that path. We've got a level. Warding Bond. Blessed Body. Murder's Blood. Radiant Retribution. Spiritual Guide. Weakening Aura. Let's go support resistance. We are now very evil. I don't have enough Wonderstone to build the Apex. Whoops. I'll just build a Necropolis for now then. 900 to max that out. Wow. I appreciate that they made these like expensive. Like it's not easy to get Wonderstone. We're getting a lot just because we have so many vassals. Specchio's just been chilling in Dragtusk, right? High culture requires you to max or bottom out your moral alignment to be the most effective. Yeah. Need to get tier 3 culture units, which takes forever as well. Yeah, certainly. The high culture still has the awakening stuff. I just find high culture is annoying because you have to cast awakening so much. It's like really can be kind of boring to play them. As you're just, it feels like you're just like stuck in a loop over and over and over and over and over again. What's going on here? You guys are dead. Get out of here. What? This guy just summoned. This guy just summoned a creature in every single province that he owns. He must have just used so much mana. I actually lost a Bone Dragon. Wow. Oh, we broke the city. Oh my god, that's exactly what he did. He just summoned an insane amount of dragons. Thank the auto-resolve gods. Thankfully, my army all heal at an insane rate and can revive repeatedly in every single combat. Might as well pack it up and go home. Barbs don't need much for a rework. Identity is rapidly land claiming and debuffs, stun, thunder defense, and dots. They're more about crits than they are about dots. I mean, I guess they add like poison and stuff, but like their whole thing is like Savage Strike gives blight damage on crits, so. Barbs have a nice identity, especially if you sue Force March. But furries, for example, just seem boring. Furies? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the archers, yeah. I just like to see. It's not that I think they all need a rework. It's just that I'd like to see the sub cultures like we've added in for things like Astral with, you know, Mystic and Summoning and Attunement. Or whatever the hell the other one's called. You know, Primal has all of its different versions. A Nymph? No, that's okay. Can I get another Bone Dragon? I can. That's a few fights. Necron's Orb of Zombie. More staffs. More shoes. More! Oh, yeah, I am trying to win the game, aren't I? I was like, why is everybody declaring war on me? I don't understand. Oh, wait, yeah. No, I understand perfectly well. Can I force march you? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna do the Rite of Enduring Duty. Heal everybody and give them all +1 rank. And then... cheaper spells. So I think I'm also just going to raise this city. It's so funny. I like destroyed that city and it just caused this guy to absorb all of this territory immediately. Shocked how quick that went. This dude's got a 2,000 point army right now. Tyrant Knights, 2 Paladins, a Necromancer. Oh, he is really strong himself, actually, so that sort of makes sense. So you guys are all just going to go on nappy time in preparation for everybody to come try to beat the tar out of us. Honestly, I should probably just teleport you guys home. What's the fastest way home? It's through that teleporter. Which is actually through here. Okay. You got Tower True Sight. Probably build you a Soul Well down here. Sorry. Should build Necropolis instead. More value from the Necropolis. Okay, you're fine. This guy's building his Necro. I'm going to rush that because I have 800 points. Oh, I need 900. Whoops. All right, well, I'll build a Tower True Sight then. You are expanding. We're going to grab that. And then actually, I'm going to go ahead and just grab those. Oracle Wood, I can't. It's one too far away. All right, well, Foresters it is. You're going to grab damage. You're going to grab Paragon of Shadow, Eternal One. You have another point. We'll grab you Slip Away. You're also going to take Eternal One. You also have 2 points. We're going to give you those 2 command skills. You have 2 points. You're going to take Rune of Creation and the other rune. You have 1 more level left. You gained a level of Renown and picked up Rank Slayer. Nice. 10% damage for each rank they have. Juggernaut Attunement. Let's give that maybe to you. Improve your crit chance. Call to war was accepted. Nice. Our homie backed us up. We're going all the way to the end with Bone Daddy. Does the building that gives you materials work for Wonderstones? Transmutation Circle. I don't know. That's a good question. It should. Berserkers slow for a charge unit since they aren't cav. Yeah, whenever I play Berserkers, I tend to like taking athletics just to give them that extra boost. Or giving them like the Stormborn transformation. Foe with no cavalry, most confusing and terrifying thing for them to face. They have 0 good ways to ensure crits, unlike Dark, which has tons. Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing is, like, if you're going Barbarians, you're already got a point into Chaos, and so most of the Chaos skills improve crit. If your hero takes any of the crit abilities, each of them adds like 20% to crit chance. And then there are some skills in the Chaos tree that improve crit. I think Materium is where the other ones are, with like artisanal weapons. Cormaker, how you doing, my dude? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're pushing ourselves towards a win here right now. We got 14 turns left. Spending more time waiting for the other players to finish their turns, honestly. But that's okay. I'm feeling pretty strong right now. You know what I really don't know is what's going on in this continent. Oh, I guess she is going on in this continent. All right, you got Calstrop straps. Spelljammer? I guess. Age of Shadow unlocked. Let's grab Battlefield Reanimation. Mind of Zombies unlocked. Let's grab... I'm actually really low on Binding Fragments. Make a bunch more of these Winter Winds. A free city. The free city of Berkshire has declared war on me. I can't even select you. All right, I'm not super worried about this. We'll keep trying to burn this down, but I probably should just like teleport these guys home. Bind Ancient Gold Wonder is ready, so let's bind that Tree of the Fae. And then I'm going to cast that again. You guys are chilling. Probably not good enough to take any of that. You're chilling. Just want to burn this stuff down. Oh, I have to find 4 Ancient Gold Wonders on this map. All right, well, that's probably not going to happen then. Barbarians have Forceless Cavalry. Berserker functions similarly to Knight, but no horse. Yeah. Never used Berserkers. Oh, man. No, they could be good. The thing is also like Berserkers... The biggest problem with Cavalry is the best spot for them to be is the most dangerous spot for them to be. Like, you want them in the enemy's back lines, but then it's also like they can be surrounded and they can get absolutely dunked. If Berserkers get back there, they still have Berserk. And there are other things you can do, like cast Mark of Invulnerability, cast... we have some Architect ability thing that... Not Architect, but there's like an Archon ability that gives them Steadfast. You can give them Keeper's Mark. There's ways to keep Berserkers alive past what they have, on top of like just naturally having Berserk. So you get some extra rounds out of them, and a lot of the times 1 extra round is all you need to win the combat, so... But yeah, they can be pretty slow. I do agree. Like without athletics, they're not as great because they are slowed. But again, it's like if you take the Stormborn transformation, they also get fast movement. If you take Ethereal transformation, they can pass through units. So suddenly, like, the movement isn't as important because you can just like go through a unit and hit it in its flank. Where is this? Dust Riv? Oh. Where the hell did these guys come from? Okay. There's a lot of armies here. I should build a true sight tower. This is the problem, is like so many units can sneak to me. Oh yeah, this guy can just literally march through here. I forgot about that. Yeah, all right. The computer has a lot of access to my territory, so maybe I really should teleport those armies home. Or I could just like raise absurd amounts of troops. Plus the paladin, a corrupt soul, and an architect. Paladin, a corrupt soul, an architect, and a second shade maker. Partisans are attacking. Partisans are dead. These three armies will be able to deal with the unity threats easy. Honestly, like, part of me just wants to do this. The problem with this is that it's not that these guys cost souls, it's that every one of them reduces my upkeep because of the spells we have. So they will drain me out really quickly. Let's just kill these tiny armies here so he doesn't have a chance to gather a bigger force. And then, I don't know, I guess I'll just start walking my way home, probably. We'll wait one more turn. Okay, so you have the Tower of True Sight. That's great. Tell you what, let's grab an armory on you right now. I'm going to boost that Tower of True Sight because I want to make sure I know who's coming in here. Level up on my archer here. We'll go martial expertise. Sure. Level up on you. We're going to go extra HP. We're also going to give you that Winter's Wind, which we're also then going to just craft another of. Final level up for Jägermeister. Thunder resistance, gain evasion, do lightning damage. That's why. I bought a thing from the training guy. I was wondering, like, where this extra point was coming from. Any damage dealt to the caster is dealt to this target as well. The caster gains 20% damage. All right, I'll take Blood Pact. 20% damage has convinced me. Okay, Slam Pit, Astral Void, collect, captured. Why don't we have you guys, like, pumping out paladins as well? Seems like my best option. You can actually finish your monument, so yeah, whatever. I'm okay with that. Large forces coming in here. I guess here's the thing is that if they take the city of Claylon, then I also lose that beacon of unity. So I got to make sure to actually be defending my cities as well. I'm not really threatened from the south. This guy should have taken Heldon here. He has. And he has Dawn Watch. I'm potentially threatened through here. Especially because they have an Archon gate directly under this city. All right, well, that's I gotta get rid of that. we're gonna have to do something about that. Suffering under heavy muscle ache from the workout. Other than that, great, dude. Nice. You gotta stay in shape. I'm bad at it right now, so I'm loving the new DLC. It's a lot of fun. Very, very enjoyable. It's adding a lot of good stuff. It's really kind of like rounding out the rest of the package. So, Materium Enchanting gives 30% crit. Yeah. 25% crit now. That is from Artificing? 25% crit hit chance. Still pretty good. Plus, if you have some nice morale. Lost Riv. Guys, what's going on here? Defend your own cities, please. Also, Bone Daddy, defend my cities, please. Defensive packs. We've been invaded a bunch. Make another of these. You need one. You have one. You have one. You need one. You have one. You need one. I need two more. Okay, at least these guys are coming up finally. God, they are so slow. They're also not very good. I might leave them to defend the Beacons of Unity so that I can actually have these guys do things that matter. Why don't I... In the meantime... She's demons, right? I'm out of money. Have some armies guarded. Okay. Where's my teleporter? We're gonna head down this way. Should I double time this? Recall ruler is 80. Teleportation circle is 120. Problem is, if I pull one of these guys out of here, the other two are suddenly like in a dangerous spot. So I don't really know that I want to go down that road. You're going to attack my city again. But that's fine, because I can pull these guys over. Interesting that this Beacon of Unity is in grass, but it's meant to be snow. Weird little visual glitch. Specchio still needs to equip his frozen brain thingy. Oh, yeah, you're right. You are absolutely correct. Here I am making fancy new tier 4 artifacts and not even using them. What's new, man? This is it. This is it. Lots of Age of Wonders. I guess we're going to be wrapping up this campaign today and then starting a new campaign tomorrow. Seems like it's got to be the right thing to do. I'm worried this guy's going to pull these units in and try to attack, lose, and then Dustrift's going to get destroyed. Really hope not. Well, Daddy's got all these troops, but I don't know what he's doing with them. I have managed to freeze this entire continent, though, and that looks pretty cool. And I've also managed to freeze large swaths of this continent right now. Probably freeze that guy. Nah, I don't have enough casting points. At least we do have like some Dusk Vault's got a few armies that's roaming around here too, helping keep us safe. That's fine. I'm not going to drink that poison. I don't need that desperately. So we need one more of these. Found an ancient gold wonder. We unlocked battlefield reanimation. That's great. Battle divination, flash freeze. Let's grab flash freeze. You built an armory and now you're building the apex. Great. You can annex another province. Let's go out here to sea. Bone Daddy's just got a bunch of like dark knights and undead tyrants walking around the ocean. Gosh, pretty cool, honestly. We have another ancient gold wonder to find. We should be able to cast it on this. We can. That's cool. I love that aspect of playing an ancient. You're under siege, but for 3 more turns. You're under siege, but for 1 more turn. You're going to come over there. You're going to stand on the beacon. And you're going to switch with him next turn. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull you up right now, and then I'm going to force march you. It's a risk I don't love, but I'm going to do it anyway. You gotta be kidding me, man. He managed to get a unit back here. Where the hell did you pull him from? You had 1 turn left. You know what? It really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep marching my guys down. Got an army there, so let's not go crazy. You're ready to annex more stoof. At this point, I really don't know like what the value is for you. Let's just grab this. I'd like to get rid of my farming guild. And then build something else in there instead. And then we don't have anything else left to bound. We should cast True Death Magic, though. So, that's a really good ability. Now, all of our support characters, like all of our oracles, can also cast Curse of the Reaper, which is just like an instant kill ability. If it doesn't kill, it does 45 frost damage that ignores resistances. So even my necromancers get like a huge buff from that. We also need to cast Sign of the Cleft Shield. And then I also need to cast... Desecrate Structure. Though I should probably cast some Domains of Death, because I think that would be better for us. Lantha AI turns late games stop doing very large map. Yeah, so this isn't very large. This is large. And for that exact reason, I typically do large 7 because like the end game is just like too much. And honestly, I'm gonna try doing simultaneous turns next time because I'm hoping that if they just take their turns when I'm doing my turn, maybe I just press end turn and it immediately goes to the next turn. Or like it only has to go for the infestations. I'd like to try to see how much different it feels, so. We got not enough Vespian gas. I feel like we got a decent amount of Vespian gas. Does everything take damage in Arctic Blizzards every turn? No, they just can't heal. Right, and when they fight, if they fight here or here, they also get wet in combat because of the Fountain of Creation. So I have to remember that. I don't even have to cast the wet spell. They're just wet all the time. You have a lot of demon berserkers. So here's another example of like ways to boost up berserkers, right? Because I guess because they're demons and they have Dracon. Wait, what? No, you just have Draconic Transformation and you just look like demons because you have Draconic Transformation. Okay. Never mind, I was a little confused there. But, like Draconic Rage, right? If you reach less than 60% or HP, you deal 30% damage. Mix that with the fact that Berserkers get Berserk. Like, it's a lot of extra damage. It makes them much more spicy. Well, let's just auto this. For Dust Riv. Haven't fought a lot of fights today. When I look at them and the auto is giving me like, you lose no units, it's very, very hard for me to want to tick anything other than an auto. This guy could use like one more troop. Gonna be interesting with the simultaneous turns, yeah. With the multi-stack movement as well. Yeah, the multi-stack movement is helping end turns. I will say that. It still isn't all the way there, but it is getting better. It's amores. Do you guys make good mages? No. Neither do the bugbears, really. All right, screw it. I don't want them. Okay, well, that siege is lifted. This siege is lifted. It's a pretty good shield. Partisans are attacking. But they should be relatively okay. Again, because these partisans are attacking this beacon, they're wet and also in frozen climate. So and we're immune to it. So they are all got a 90% chance to be frozen every single turn, which is just ridiculous. Just grab a skeleton mage to fill out this guy. We can have those guys fall back. You're right on that zenith. I guess I could drop a spelljammer in. These guys surprisingly did not get attacked. I think I'm going to exhaust you now, though, because I don't want you to be embarked. Okay. Nap time. Nap time. Flash freeze. We have another book. I could do ghost fire, but it doesn't really feel right. Pure soul? Incompatible with umbral flesh and gloom strider. Do I become wholly undead? No, you know what? I think what I do is I take Fog of Insanity. It's hard not to on a defense.
Is not truly the opposite of life. The end is part of the journey.
Yeah.
The true opposite of life is oblivion.
Yeah.
When you have mastered this understanding, when you can harness the essence.
Didn't get the spell I wanted. Fancy vassalage. Sign of the Cleft Shield. Now all my skeleton warriors are berserkers. Probably should have paid attention to where I was being invaded just then, but my keep don't made it that. Cast another of those. Because of the Scholars Guild, even though it's like so unnecessary. I mean, I guess like let's just start bringing all of these units up to the beacons. That's really all I'm talking about doing here, so. Oh, Orc, thank you for the posture and hydro. Fourth try on the new story realm. I got a build prepped for the new story realm that I think is going to work okay. But we're going to have to test it out. Never go for Zerker without athletics, right? Yeah, I mean, it's fair. Totally fair. Undead do amazing in auto combat. I cannot comprehend why. 3 undead stacks for beating like 5 to 6 construct armies. I think it's because they have so many ways to revive. Like if you have necromancers in there, the computer is really good at being like, oh, that unit died, bring it back to life. And so a lot of times in auto resolve fights, they'll end up just like going down and coming back. Also, I mean that now, with the changes to these guys, like they all get resurgence now, right? So like it's actually kind of like good for your skeleton units to die. Bong. What kind of bong? What was that bong noise? Manafont. Good job, Bone Daddy. You're fighting all the wars that I don't want to. I do want to fight these wars, but or a whole other thing. 9 turns remaining. We're getting there. We got the two ancient wonders bound as well. The backup wonders. I'm making a 3rd ancient wonder here. I am making another one here, but it's going to take a lot longer. Backup plans. Gotta have the backup plans for our backup plans to back up the backup plans. It's Marina. Yeah. Go beat her up next. Angels, you say? Ooh, angels that are weak to frost damage. Fools. I'm not weak to anything. Oh, no, you are. I'm not weak to anything. It's actually crazy that you can just, like, negate all of the weaknesses now. It feels low-key nonsense. Oh, they can all reach the teleporter. What's up? It's my main army. In my domain. Congrats, you're dead. Should I be building more tier 4 equipment out of your corpse? Probably. Alliances, defense alliances. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see you there. Don't think you're getting away with that. Not for 1 second. Do you want to go attack them? 25 versus 30 something. What if I brought you along? Yeah, I feel much better about that. $46 versus 25. This is also a domain of death. We don't have the automatic, like, wet. Everybody gets soaking wet. But it's still pretty well defended. Okay. Nap. 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 Pass your turn. Nap. You can go in there, I guess. So many paladins guarding that. You do want that support resistance. You do want Martyr's Blood, but you also probably want endurance training more. Who is missing a cloud bottle? You are. I don't have Domain of Death cast there, so let's cast that. I do have it there. There. It is there. And it is now on my capital as well. So everything is Domain of Death. Honestly, I might just sit on some of this mana. We're actually not making a lot of mana right now. Starting to realize we are making very little mana right now. Make a Temple of the Prophet here. You're working on the Apex. Could swap that out, but I think we're okay. Frog guy at the beginning keeps declaring war right when you go into the second ring. What a jerk. Honestly, I think on that story map, don't go into the second ring until the entire first wing is, like, either allianced with you or completely destroyed. It seems to be the right choice, so. Winterwell name, hey, Macarena. I'm not going to name anything at this point. We're just passing turns trying to get the end. I'll give you that back, though. Don't worry. If you win, they have unlimited resources, so they res everything as skellies and bone crabs. My problem is they barely lose units, but that's fine. Just play manual. I mean, I think the thing is like the undead are typically like very easy to counter. Like fire and spirit do so much damage to undead normally. That it's like they are tough, but they are like a very straight counter. Care for the vibes and the memes. That's fair. I can respect that. We gotta wrap this up. These are taking long turns, man. I appreciate it's mostly because Bone Daddy is running around doing everything for me. This guy looks hilarious. Golden armor. Yeah, definitely very interested in doing the simultaneous turns right now. Pretty much I'm just going to pull everybody back to protect the beacons. And then we're just going to smash the end turn a few more times. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, yeah, okay, that's a big stack coming up there. We heal extra if we're back in this area because of the hidden garden. You're not healing at all. You guys don't heal because you don't have frost protection. I don't think about that. And I don't have a heal spell, right? No. There is a new heal spell, I think, on the Tome of Revenants. Tome of Revenants? No. I don't know what it's in. Tome of Souls? Feast of Souls. They changed Feast of Souls, so now it doesn't just heal undead, it also heals not undead, is what I'm thinking. But I don't have that spell. You've returned to Whispering Stone. Great. To you guys. I'm losing mana. I'm worried these guys are going to attack Nebington, and that's just going to be like a pain. These guys are blowing up my teleporter over here. But they're going to attack the city in a second, so. Very nutritious souls. Delicious and nutritious. I guess this is the other thing. My bone dragons are also not healing because they are not frostlings. So non-racial units are actually not that good for me. They're just slowly getting whittled down. Yeah, like my main army is down to 1,300 strength right now. Mostly because my leader is so wounded, but... Like, you'd think he's got a legendary fallen angel and a legendary undead titan. I guess I could just, like, stand here by the Fountain of Creation, and then I would be protected. And I would probably heal better. And I would also get the hidden garden benefits. The only thing is that I would not be invisible, but also I would be invisible? Not in this army. All my other armies would be invisible. This unit and all units gain universal camouflage. So, okay, we have a thought. Ah, they're going for my teleporter. I don't suppose I can use that teleporter while you're burning it down. I mean, the teleporters don't really matter that much in the old grand scheme. Well, what do you want? Yeah, there you go. Good luck, Buckaroo. Partisans. Dismiss. Don't ask again. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and heal is what I'm gonna do. And then I'll move those guys here and I'll let them heal for a round. And then I should probably stop producing units. These guys will all hold more than long enough for me. You got more levels. Gee whiz. Weakened. Elemental Echo or Resistance. We'll go Elemental Echo and then Unrestrained Magic. And then you have one more point. Let's go Draining Burst. So he's maxed out. He is a very powerful undead wizard. I'm going to start giving you crit. Nightly Orders we can pick up next turn. That's actually going to be very strong. You're burning my spell jammers and other things, but that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Give you some affinity obelisks. And maybe ballista towers. Getting hit with some sort of spell. 6 turns left. I feel like I just show up and he's just like, we gotta get out of here. I've been brigand camped up here. Oh, that's funny. They blocked my spell jammer and then they blew me up with the brigand camp. What a jerk. Deny me access to my oracle wood. I'd like to just give that to Vowkeep, but I have a thought, which is, what if I just vassalize Nivington? Just return it back to a vassal so I don't have to deal with this. It's not the worst idea I've ever had. In fact, one might argue it's a pretty good idea. He'd also keep that teleporter. Sold. He does have a pretty good governor, though. But I could take over Valkeep, and it would also be a good governor here. And then I could take that Oracle Wood. My only fear with this, it would somehow knock me out of expansion victory, but I'm over 40 points ahead, so... Come on, Bone Daddy, man. Hurry up. Your turns are too long. I do feel like the computer gets confused sometimes. Like, he's had this place under his control for a really long time, but he hasn't actually vassalized it or raised it or done anything. And I often wonder, why not? It feels like the computer can't quite pull the trigger on its final plays. Oh, I'm being attacked down here, but just by a random astral army. 5 turns. There's greater reanimation. Withering Mist is pretty good. You guys are going to deal with that army. There's also so many like iron deposits, gold veins, pastures that I've just never collected over here. Deal with that army. We'll deal with this army. I don't know why only one of you came up there. Then we'll deal with that brigand camp next. These guys are all fully healed. I'm not going to worry about Nevington. They literally can't get to me in time. So you're all just going to heal there. I mean, his color's good. Purchase merchandise. You've lost that Oracle. You've leveled up this hero. Grab whatever that is. You level up this hero. You're going to grab... You're level 20, man. Offensive formation. Collected. Rally. Just keep that safe. I probably should have given that to like Valkeep. But it doesn't really matter. Have I finished the DLC campaign? No, I have not. We got destroyed on the first day. So I am going to go back and revisit it. I've got a build put together that I want to try for it using the new ritualists. So we're probably going to do like fire druids. And I think that that will work pretty well on that map. But yeah, we got absolutely trashed. I rushed opening the second gate way too quickly and didn't really like complete the first ring. So died in the second mission too. Yeah. But I want to go back and do them. I kind of want to go. There's a few. I haven't done like the Empire in Ashes DLC missions either. And so I'd love to go back and do those too. It's kind of like adding it into the pile of campaigns I really want to do. For this, I just wanted to mess around with the Revenants and see what the new units were all like, so. Oh, look, this is our homie. Our little vassal guy. Showing up with a tiny little army. Tiny little baby wyverns. What a guy. What a guy. What did he go? Disciple of Flames. Oh, he's only level 7. He doesn't even have his full transformation yet. Just for unlocking Edward alone. Oh, I don't know Edward. One of the, I guess he's like one of the heroes you get from it. One of the Go Deer. Empire Ashes campaign is fun, especially when you get swarmed with dreadnoughts from all sides. That is like literally my worst nightmare. Dreadnoughts and golden golems are the two things that I cannot stand. But I'm just going to build an electricity-based faction for that. And we'll be fine. Who are you? Who? I really want to know. Inquisitor. Okay. Well, I have armies for that. We have ways of making them die. Edward from AgentNumberOne 3. Oh, okay. Cool. I do know there's like a returning character from, I think, the first Age of Wonders in the new DLC missions. Okay, dismiss. Take rewards. We have so much tier 4 gear right now. I could be making some serious nonsense. Oh, that reminds me. All of our units now get orders. Oh, this is so good. Mythic units get strengthened and regeneration on kill. As if our armies couldn't get tougher. Alright, thank you, Bandit Camp. You guys can all go back down this way. So that teleporter's getting broken. Keep these guys together. We support resistance right now. I'll give you that helmet. I will also give you those legs of swiftness. Okay. 4 more turns. Edward Portsmouth, character from the previous game. Pretty cool guy. The poster boy of the game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Anon is in the new one, yeah. Seems really cool. You only played Age of Wonders 4? Yeah, me too, honestly. I'd love to say that I know the whole story and all the characters and everything else, but I honestly just do not. I like them. I've really enjoyed kind of learning about like Urath and the Eldritch Realms, and now like the Archons showing up. It's been cool. There is like a good storyline that's kind of woven through the new stuff. I wouldn't be able to tell you what the storyline of the base game was, but the DLC has been a bit more consistent. Adventures of Eniok family in the realm of Athla. How they fought with humans, undead, wizard kings. Sundrin, part of the family. Yeah, okay. Just everybody getting beat up. Nebington is under siege, but by the time it goes, I'll have won the game, so I'm not going to defend it. We have more immediate problems here. I think. I reckon. Monument's almost done. We could probably start building this monument up. 900? No, maybe not. I love seeing all these Dusk Vault armies around. Dawn Watch, Dusk Vault. Dusk Vault, Dusk Vault. Dusk Vault's just got a ton of armies up here protecting me. Momentium. It's the living fog all over the place. Oh my goodness, you guys are taking really long turns. Sweet Jiminy Crickets. Seeing those returning characters must be nice, yeah. Where did all of you just come from? Is there a cave here? I know that there's blizzards on, but I also know that I have True Sight. So I'm just shocked that they snuck in there that quickly. Sanctuary is also under attack. If these guys move up, they could take a beacon of unity. All right, we have to deal with these threats. Yes, Fog of Insanity. Not that I will get it in time. You know what, man? Dusk Vault's got so many units around here. They might actually just beat those guys up for me. We're going to kill them. Dart Tube of Zombie Raising. That sounds like a great item. Okay, and then these guys. Honestly, I kind of feel like I should just move them here. Just to protect the beacons. I have 2 paladins here, and I have 2 paladins there, and I have these guys here. So we'll move them that way. Crit Fortune, signature skill available. You're going to take Paragon of Shadow. We're going to not cast anything. You're going to produce, I don't know, man, Arcane Battlement, I guess. Losing 24 mana a turn right now, but that's okay. It's because we produce too many troops. Like your generic high fantasy story, but on a bigger cosmic scale. Yeah, yeah. Want Planetfall 2 with more or less the same mechanics. I suspect with how good Age of Wonders is done, we'll probably get a Planetfall 2. Because, like, it's done very well for Paradox. I'd be shocked to see if they weren't thinking about, like, well, maybe we should also fund this. I guess it depends on, like, what else they have that's stepping on the same toes, so. Miss my hordes of assembly undead cyborgs. Sanctarium goes, the beacon goes too. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Planetfall, very limited for options, various vehicles, customize, no races, no magic. But I mean, I guess like if they were to reinvent the game, they could probably basically just make it this, but sci-fi. Which would be pretty smart. And they could probably use the same engine. They'd have to make a bunch of assets, obviously. Like, you'd be hiring artists out the wazoo. But I feel like that would work. Yeah, I think that Duskfall should, in theory, they have so many damn troops here. Hopefully they just all come in and attack these guys. Because even if I join in that fight and lose, their turn is passed at that point, so they wouldn't be able to take the city. More concrete races with its strengths and weaknesses. Secret techs that give you a proper tech tree. It is true flying units too. Okay. I feel like I do have to go play it now. Somebody mentioned that on my YouTube comments that Archon Prophecy has introduced a bunch of planetfall mechanics and assets, they said. So I was a little curious about what they meant. More like new ancients, but lean towards being cyborgs? That sounds awesome. I quite like that. Bone Daddy, why is your turn so long? I know you have a lot of troops, but come on, man. You're not even doing anything with most of them. It does feel like the computer gets confused at a certain point. It just like can't figure out how to like where to move its troops. It's on discount right now. Oh wow, you're starting to bring in serious armies. 2,000 point armies. Bum, bum, bum. Production, draft, gold, or Imperium. I'll take Imperium. Oh, the stars have aligned. 100% crit chance. Get out of here. Let my people go. The siege is over, apparently. I must have missed the memo. This is close. I mean, 59 versus 47. We still have the advantage, and also we're in our home turf where everything is immortal. Hey, I'm short of Bone Dragon now. Because Bone Dragons are not immortal. They're the one thing that's really not holding on that good. Okay. Zenith. Monument. More trees. 10% income from vassals. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. Dust Driv, great. Okay. One more turn. I think. Spent unreasonable amount of time today fleshing out your races and creating more heroes for your rulers. Yes. Yeah, I love that you can like design the heroes and the city names and everything else. I really want to go back and do that for like all my other previous builds. Though it's very time consuming. I spend a lot of time just theory crafting and trying to think of like what I want my next build to be. But it's cool that they've like gone back and they've added things back into all these other factions and stuff. I've had to go back and update them a few times now, so. The handcrafted region's an absolute marvel. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of mods now that add a ton of new handcrafted regions to the map, and they're one of these things that I really, really, really want to start looking at too, because I think that they add just like so much life to the world. So yeah, outstanding, right? We're this close to greatness. We're on the edge, the edge. I love that 2 other factions tried to do expansion victories and allied each other. Well, I just conquered like the southern islands. It's funny that it was like the 2 of them on opposite sides, and then, you know, Velfner and Cindy Skullstomper up in the top right corner. If they had actually allied earlier, they probably would have been a serious force to reckon with, but they were fighting each other most of the game. I'm shocked. I'm really glad we found Bone Daddy, and I'm glad that we've like held him through to the end here. He's also pure evil. Definitely one of my favorite stupid heroes. Pillage, pillage. You're still being sieged. You're blowing up my spell jammy. My spell pajamas. Out of curiosity. Almost 2,000 binding fragments. I just wanted to see, like, if I wanted to be making stuff in the forge, how much could I make? Clap on them haters. We end up with a pet dragon whose name is impossible to pronounce. Arizalier. Yeah, it's quite the mouthful. So, intern. Last round. Shocked by smite damage. Just unlocked it, dealing 135 on the Shrine of Smiting or on the Paladin. The Shrine of Smiting does serious damage if you have like a big faithful / zeal stack. Just bought the DLC. Grats. I hope you used my referral link. Exclamation mark buy. If not, it's not a big deal. I don't even know if it works, to be honest. So Paradox just started doing referrals for more people, so I got on that train. You had a Paladin do 135 damage on a smite? Damn, dude. That rules. That's serious. The Battle Saint smite. Oh, yeah, okay. That's the souped up smite. Yeah, I could see a hero doing 135 with that. If only Battle Saints could use guns. Though I'm glad that they can't. But if only. Costs nothing too. Wow, yeah. Love that. Love that. All right, who is it? It's our dragon's turn. So the 2 major threats are done. Marina still has to go, but I don't... Like, she hasn't even got past Dustrift right now, so... I can't imagine anyone coming in here and stopping this. I'm glad that I saw like this little connection here for the Beacons of Unity, that we managed to pull this off. Because it's just kind of like folded together naturally. And I like it like in the cradle of the Fountain of Creation. It took me an hour longer than I thought it was going to, but you know, that's end turns. Get a referral for past 3. Yeah, that same link should work. It goes through like the Paradox store, so. Need more classes for ranged weapons? Agreed. I'd like to see Skirmisher kind of like off on its own thing, or like some variant of Skirmisher, or honestly like just like an assassin. That's a bit more focused on like the melee and throwing daggers instead of the like archery that we currently have. Look at this, man. Even Bone Daddy's got like a big dragon force here. This is sick. Undead dragons versus like a horde of like nature and constructs. Bone Daddy's bringing the bones. Bringing the bone zone. All right, independence. Yay! Day 132 dawns! And with it, victory! While some empires lie in ruins, you dominate this world under the banners of newly formed alliances, proving strong diplomatic bonds can be more powerful than the largest of armies. In trust and unity, we march forward to a better tomorrow. I never would have expected this guy to end up in such a vassal gameplay. But I guess, like, we did have a lot of order, right? Like, we had a lot of order points. I thought we were going to be way more just, like, swarming the world with undead, but... Oh, that's cool. I didn't know he did that little animation. Little chest bump there. Assassin kind of falls under Ranger, so don't know if it's necessity. Yeah, I mean, it can, but I feel like still all the Ranger stuff is still very, like... ranged, much more like long range dominated. So I'm just trying to think of like how they could split it, and that's the best option I have. 132 turns, love it. How was this map by the end of it? Big bone zone over here. We started, we actually never became that powerful. Ironically enough, Morena, right next to us, was the dominant threat pretty much the entire game. Something happened to Yellow here around turn 46, and he just fell off in power. Ah, he got into a war with Green. Yeah, you can see it. Green goes up and Yellow goes down. Green had a really strong position, locking himself in that corner. He surrounded himself with vassals as well. We surrounded ourselves with vassals, but we were in the goddamn middle of the map, so... It does look like we ended up doing pretty well at pitting people against each other. Like, I managed to keep grievances low enough that Yellow and Skullstomper didn't want to ever go to war with me. They were too busy fighting other people that they had better grievances on. I'm shocked Morena never came at us earlier. But I guess she was just like building a super empire. Interesting to see that the computer is focused so much on getting more cities now also. And it's starting to make me wonder, oh, should I be building more cities and less vassals? Because it seems to like power spike them pretty dramatically. Yeah, this is wild. Even though we burned all that down, they like immediately grew back. And we had this nice little choke here. Huge underground right in the center of the map. Shame that we lost this section here to Yellow. But that's life. This poor dragon never really had a chance. He had a terrible, terrible spawn here with that lava lake. Bone Daddy had a pretty good spot. Green had a good spot. Yellow had a good spot. Everybody else had a good spot, but this guy just got absolutely shafted on his spawn. A rogue DLC. Yeah, there you go. Some sort of like sneaky stealth mechanic or something, right? Like if you had an ability that gave you like 90% evasion for the turn. Jägermeister has proven worthy to ascend. Will you ascend him? Absolutely. His ascension trait. Ooh, Paladin, Diviner. These are new ones. Revenant Champion. At the start of combat, summon a tier 1 skeleton with Unholy Champion. Well, obviously, you're taking Revenant Champion. Don't gotta think twice about that one. Ring, ding, 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 ding. 10 points. Not too bad. Level 248. We got a few points in the old Pantheon here. That is everything unlocked, right? Yeah, 181 out of 181. Oh no, we're gonna be so stocked that by the time the next DLC comes out, we're just gonna be able to buy it all immediately. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with a new campaign, but that's gonna be the end of our Revenants. We'll probably go back and do the story mode tomorrow. I think we'll do these Wildfire Druids and check out the new Ritualist stuff. So tune back in and let's see if we can survive it. Until then, bye-bye.